Welcome back, everybody. Our next group that we have is Cybernetic with Andrew, William, Benjamin, Jasmine, and Mackenzie. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and the presentation shall start.
So Cybernetic is a kind of a stealth type game where you have to collect key cards to unlock different parts of the map and try and escape from the factory-esque place. So as you can see, you have to, these are the key cards you have to pick up and unlock the doors so you can move forward. You have the little enemies walking around with their vision cones. If you step in their vision, you get a little sound alert and they'll be chasing you down until you can hide behind a box and they'll leave you alone. But as the tutorial thing says there, yeah, you aren't invisible if you're behind a box, but they won't be able to see you. So when this guy comes back around, he won't be able to see you because you're hiding behind the box. The goal is to see if you can get all 4 key cards that are in the level. If you can do that, then each key card will get you further throughout the level. And we really wanted to try and push try and get the stealth aspect really right, and that's the huge thing with the boxes is being able to hide behind them and crouch kinda. Yeah, one of the toughest parts that we had when we were working on the game was the vision cones. Getting those working properly was was not the easiest process in the world.
Yeah, there were many nights of scratching our heads trying to figure out what exactly was going wrong with them and how we could fix it.
So as this little warning, it says pick up the last key card, we'll start the escape timer. So as soon as you get all 4 key cards and get the last one, then the escape timer starts. As you can see at the top of the screen, you kind of have to escape before it runs out, or you'll die and you'll have to restart the level. And there's a little exit door, and then there's level 2. So this one doesn't really hold your hand as much. It's a lot less tutorials, more just playing the level.
But the idea is generally the same: collect all the key cards to escape the factory.
And this level requires it gets a little bit more harder, and it's not as straightforward because it's kind of get to pick and choose. You'll come this way and you realize, oh no, there's a door in my way, and you'll be like, okay, this isn't the right way. And you have to kind of find your way, and you have to watch out for the enemies while you're moving throughout the level. And then if you hit the enemy, you'll die and you'll have to restart. But it puts you back at the level you're at. So it's kind of as you play through it and you kind of learn okay, wait, that was the right way. Okay, no, and then you get more efficient as time goes on where you're supposed to go.
And with that, it also allows you to kind of learn the patterns of what the enemies do, where they go, so you can avoid them better.
Yeah, me and Andrew did a lot of the coding, and then Jasmine worked on a lot of the level design. Ben worked on a lot of the different assets that are used throughout the levels and are in main menus and stuff like that, and then Mackenzie worked on player and enemy design. Jasmine, what was that game that you drew inspiration from at first for some of the level design?
I basically drew inspiration from like 3 Days of June. It's not an official game yet, but it was kind of like the base inspiration of it. I basically like created all the level design for this game, like the platforms. I created through like I use Sprite to create everything, and then like I use Tiled as a way to like build the levels.
And once you make it to the end of the second level, then you've escaped. You won. You've escaped the factory with your little robot dude. Yeah, definitely the most challenging part was definitely the vision cones. Once you get those working, everything started coming together perfectly. Started looking a lot nicer. Yeah.
All right. Are there any questions from the audience?
I myself have a question. How did you feel about the workflow from like level concepts to, I guess, the matching the level concept with the gameplay, and then even polishing that up? Like, how was that process like? Or yeah, how did it feel for you?
It definitely was interesting process because the Jasmine did an amazing job with kind of like getting like a really nice level design right off the bat, and we kind of rolled with it. So it kind of was like we got the level right, and then we kind of built upon that. So it was kind of a little bit like a little bit different how we played it out. But we got the level, and then we started building on that, getting the mechanics in, and then it started just everything came together. And like I said, with the level design and then adding the vision cones to it, everything started coming together. Before that, it was kind of like a little scrambled at first, but yeah, everything started coming together nicely.
I mean, personally, like in order to make the level, I drew up some concepts, very loose concept. Like the very first room was the concept. It was like drawn in like just like it's a sketch, and then like I took that idea and I fleshed it out as a whole level, which is this whole level or like the first section of it. And then once I have like the general concept, I built off of that and use Sprite to draw up the pixel art and like the platforms to the very tiles themselves. And after I got that, I was able to do level 2 and like just do some adjustments, like color adjustments, basically. And I was able to get it done very, very quickly because it's like, pixel art.
All right, we have another question from the chat from Renketsu0. How far do the enemies chase you if you're spotted?
So the enemies will chase you for a certain amount of like time. It's depending on the enemy. Some of them are a little bit different than others, but usually around like 5 seconds ish. Or if you can hide behind a box, then they'll lose you, and then they'll end up going back to where they were. Yeah, that was
Anything else from the audience before we switch over to the next group? All right, I want to thank you guys for coming. Looks like a really awesome game, and I hope you continue it.
Thank you.
We will see you guys later.
All right, thank you.